skyscrapers, sunshine, sightseeing, and of course street food. There's nowhere on earth quite like Bangkok. But for the world's best badminton players, the journey's almost over. The group stage is history, so no more second chances. It's semi-final day at the 2022 World Tour Finals, and you'll see it all live. Welcome inside the Unlimited Arena. This is what they're playing for, and the little matter of $1.5 million US. Those trophies will be handed out tomorrow afternoon. Here's our semi-final lineup then, starting with the all-Chinese women's doubles, a repeat of Wednesday's group match, which three-time world champs Chen and Zheng just edged in a thriller. The second semi to follow, expect the crowd to get right behind the Imsard sisters. The young Thais were brilliant in a 33-minute thrashing of the Koreans yesterday. And what a match to follow that. Something has to give when Olympic gold medalist Chen Yufei faces world champion Akane Yamaguchi. From the women to the daddies, because Arsene and Setyuan are up next in the men's doubles. They've won this title 3 times before. The second women's semi is next, and it looks another belter. Olympic silver medalist Tai Zhu-ying takes on He Bingzhou for the 15th time, having won 10 of their previous meetings. 5 more matches to follow, big names everywhere you look. Christie versus Ginting looks like a cracker, and the world champion, Olympic champion Victor Axelsen, the penultimate match on semi-final day. You're more than welcome along to the Thai capital, where there is a serious sense of anticipation building here. Here's how the draw pans out for the women's doubles. We'll see both these matches. They are first and second on court, starting, as I said, with that all-Chinese affair. But of course, they met just 3 days ago, and that was a close contest. We may be about to enjoy more of the same. It's actually only their 3rd ever meeting. And Zhang and Zheng looking for a first victory over the world #1 ranked pair. Chen and
BWF World Tour Finals 2022 Semi-Finals.
You'll see every shot today from all 10 semi-finals. they've had another extremely successful year.
สนามที่ 1 ประเภทหญิงคู่รอบรองชนะเลิศ จางชูเซียนและเจิ้งหยูจากประเทศจีน กับเฉินชิงเฉินและเจียอีฟานจากประเทศจีน กรรมการผู้ตัดสินสเตียวา
So we're just about to get set for the coin toss. Umpire Satyawan Mahadu of Mauritius is the man overseeing this. There's the confirmation, 2-love it is, and there's that match I was talking about just a few days ago on 2014 in the third by
You want the toss.
Chen and
You want to serve or receive? This side, this side. Chen serving, just Chen serving. Who is receiving? Then you.
Well, there's the tournament results for Zhang and Chen. Came back well after losing that opener. Beat Rahayu and Ramadanti in just 35 minutes. And then Tan and Tina Moon-Lutheran in 3 games, but pretty comprehensive in that decider. Well, Chen certainly looks relaxed enough. Zhang rather looks relaxed enough. The pairing that is currently ranked 7th, which is their best ever. And I mentioned that title they won in Australia. They've also lost in 3 other finals this year, including in the All England. And Sheng Yu, partnering Zhang today, is a player who began at just 7 years of age, and she was a youth international by the time she was 14. You do get the feeling it's going to be potentially a very tough ask. And their opponents on the other side of the net, Chen and Ji Fan don't really need too much of an introduction to any followers of the game. Ranked number 1, as you can see, they're 3-time world champions, including this year. And of course, they picked up silver at the Olympics, lost out to Poli and Rahayu in the final in Tokyo. Been together a long time. First title as a pair was 8 years ago. Ji Fan, also 25, same age as Chen. 4 tournament victories this year, including the Danish Open. They won in Indonesia and Malaysia too. My name's Trevor Harris. Great to see Steen Pedersen alongside me. And Steen, you would presumably make Chen and Gia favourites, but Zhang and Zheng pushed them pretty close in the week. So I don't think this is a foregone conclusion by any means.
No, probably not, but I agree with you. Chen and Zhang are the overall favourites. I don't think we should put too much into the result there in the first round.
Ready to play.
Well, that's their progress, and pretty serene after taking 3 games to see off their opponents today. There's the man in charge, as mentioned, Satyawan Mahadu of Mauritius, and he will be supported in the service judge's chair by Haidar Ditu of France. No doubt will be keeping a keen eye on the World Cup quarter-final later against England. This is the first then of 10 semi-finals that we are bringing you live.
That was one of the minor sports you mentioned there, Trevor.
I just had a feeling he might find his way in front of a TV set in about 12 hours' time. Get the feeling that for
Ladies and gentlemen,
Zhang and Chen to have a
on
big
my
chance,
right,
so they've got to start well.
Chen and Jia Yifan, China. And on my left, Dang Xuxian and Dang Yu, China. Chen to serve to Dang Yu, level, play.
I say that because Chen and Gia are generally pretty good front runners. Number of times we see them really put their stamp on the match early. All of a sudden, the opposition or the opponents look at the scoreboard and suddenly think, what's going on here?
Yeah, the first rally there was a hurricane warning coming out from the top seats.
Well, there's a good response, though.
This lady here, she's very, very interesting, in my opinion. Zhang Shushan, a huge talent in women's doubles. And I've seen her over this year getting better and better. Faulted for her service here. Too high, according to Haida Dito.
Have to serve below 1.15 meters, otherwise service judge will raise his arm when you get a point awarded to your opponents. He's got those little instruments in front of him, just on the left of your screen, or it was on the left of your screen. He looks through two plastic perspex blocks, and it tells him whether the serve is legal or not.
And the reason there's two plastic blocks is that there's a line on each of them, and they have to be aligned to make sure that your eyes, well, not your eyes, but the umpire's eyes, service judge's eyes, is in the right height.
Play.
I think we'll see her miss too many of those.
Now, when they're coming in with confidence after winning that title in Australia Open, Zhang and Zheng, even though they lost the first match to Chen and Zhang. But perhaps we should also mention the weather report here from Nymbucha Stadium. Blows a slight wind from Chen and Zhang's side, from the far side of the court towards the near side of the court, which gives them a bit more bite in their attack in the first game here, but also creates problems if they're in the defense or in the flat game, as they can't really play the back line of Zhang and Zheng with too much confidence. They have to be a little bit careful not to play it long.
Caught in two minds.
6-3.
Going to leave it, then going to play it, and he, or in this case she, who hesitates, is lost.
Yeah, that's good placement.
Service over. 4-6.
And there's a little sideways drift as well. At least there's been the previous days coming from right to left, which makes that particular corner that Zhang Yu targeted a bit fast as well on Chen and Zhang's side. This is one of the weaknesses with the fairly new combination of Zhang Shushan and Zheng Yu. Zheng Yu's defense not as solid as we see in some of the other top combinations, and I think that could be decisive in this match here. Very strong in the attack, though. Zhang Yu, the taller of the two, on the near side of the court.
Yeah, well, they won the point, but there was again in the middle of that rally a moment of indecision. Quite sure who was going to go for the shuttle, and that is another element when you haven't fully developed the chemistry. It takes a while. Although the early signs, Steen says, highly promising for the two Chinese, Zhang and Zheng.
Boy, that's fantastic play by Zhang Shushan. Look how she turned it around and follow up and puts it away with venom.
clinical end to highly entertaining rally.
Yeah. It's worth noticing here that I think the rules on playing gear needs to be updated a little bit, because it says that the playing jerseys has to be of different color, and they are, because the pair near the camera here has a white front on their shirts, but right now they're all the same color when we look at them from the back. Good attack again.
Seven all. Chen, huge. Or look out. You don't feel set on it. 7 all.
Well, first objective achieved for Zhang and Zheng, in the sense they haven't let their much vaulted opponents get away from them here. That will annoy her. Finally got their noses in front and then gave the lead straight back with the service fault.
Found the line there, Chen.
9, 8.
Chen wins the battle at the front court with Chen. She played a couple of tournaments early this year in mixed doubles with Zhang, when Zhang and Huang Yachong were split. Wasn't that big of a success, but I could definitely see her do well in mixed doubles in the future. They're really attacking the serves, Chen and Zhang.
10 all.
Zhang, one of the few players who serves the forehand serve.
Service
Saved by
over.
Chen. I
12,
initially thought Zhang Yu had put it away there. Beautifully placed drop shot to get it done after all.
Play. Service over. 15, 12.
As so often happens, the world #1 pair just stepping it up a little bit at the business end. Ouch.
Service over. 13, 15.
Play by Chen and Zhang.
Service over.
A little
16,
behind in the service situation, but then really alert and changing the initiative around.
Once again, more evidence of the power that Xi Fan packs. That smash.
Ja. Ja. Play.
Just a friendly word from the umpire to get a move on. Just wide, but they're going to have a look via Hawkeye. So first challenge of this semi-final. Each pair has 2 per game.
Ja, you find
And if they're
challengers.
correct or only 1
All
challenge, then they
out.
keep it. Not sure that'll be the case here, though.
Challenge unsuccessful. Service over. 1 challenge remaining. 14, 16. Play. Service over. 17, 14.
You see the problems in defense
18,
for
14.
Zheng Yu.
Service over.
Second time she flicked long.
18.
Chen. And I guess it serves its purpose anyway, because it keeps her opponent honest.
And it hasn't affected their momentum any as they move to within just a couple of points now of securing this opening game.
15.
Very comfortable put away for Chen.
Service over. 16, 19. 17, 19.
Was that nerves? Was that indecision? Was that lack of concentration? Would be very costly just when they had a glimmer of maybe getting back into this. 3 game points for the top seeds.
Chen, play. Service over. 18, 20.
Great attacking play from Zhang and Chen there, though.
20.
So 2 game points saved, 1 remains. He wouldn't say it was comfortable, but they got there. 21-19 in the opening game to the world #1 pair, Chen and Jia. So Zhang and Zheng will be playing catch-up after this break. But they certainly pushed the favourites all the way in that opening game.
seconds. 20 seconds.
再来啊，重新开始啊。
Second game, level, play.
So just under 20 minutes that opening game.
And a clear advantage now to
One
the world champions playing the near side of the court here. We're going to see a battle for control at the net, just like in the first game, and it's vital for Zheng and Zhang to win it. And oh, it stays in. Good defense there. We saw in the first game how alert Chen and Zhang were, that it was Absolutely crucial that they got the initiative playing the far side of the court. That hasn't changed. Now it's just for Zhang and Zheng. That's crucial.
Just missed the sideline.
Service over, 2-1. Frame 1.
I wouldn't be surprised if we would see a couple of flicks on this side here from Zhang Yifan, in my opinion, one of the very best flick servers in the world, because it looks exactly like the short service.
Ah, it's unlucky. Did all the hard work.
4-1.
And that's exactly the problem, playing the far side of the court there. Got to have such a great touch to make shots like that stay inside.
Wow, that was hit hard.
5-1.
And this is the problem. I mentioned it earlier. Suddenly glance up at the scoreboard, and playing for about a minute and a half in game 2, and all of a sudden 5-1 down in seemingly the blink of an eye, and that's what Chen and Xie can do. Off the back of edging the first game, in a really strong position now.
Played on the service situation there by the players in white, these white fronts.
5.
Yeah, they need to change that regulation on the shirts, don't they? And say the whole of the shirt needs to be
Of
a
different
completely
colour.
different colour to the whole of the opponent's shirt.
I think so. It will make it much easier for us. Good service return by Chen. One of the things with the forehand serve is that you're sort of mentally able to prepare a little earlier. You can see when the forehand server starts the movement, and I think the shuttle is traveling a little bit further distance as well, without being willing to bet anything on it though. Oi. That was lucky for Zhang Shushan. That was an amazing counter attack there. Just missed the line.
Service over. 7-3.
Seems every time that Zhang and Zheng threaten just to make some inroads into this lead, Chen and Xie slam the door on them, very firmly shut. 4 points clear already in the second game.
Service
It's a
over.
strong return from Zhang there.
7. Service over.
Very often we see forehand service sort of like throw the shuttle, and then they have no choice but to keep on serving. Makes it possible to prepare mentally a split second earlier.
They are just a well-oiled machine, aren't they, Chen and Xie, as a pair?
4.
Played together for a long, long time, and that chemistry shows and the belief they have in each other.
Yeah, two-time world junior champions together. Born within a week of each other.
Well anticipated. These little kind of crumbs of comfort for the world number 7 ranked pair.
Challenge at the net by Zhang setting up Zheng Yu. And when she gets those chances, she's powerful in her attack. The taller of the two players on the far side of the court. That's mid-court area. Safely put away. Oi. Drive serve, but I think actually she was moving forward while she was serving.
That's excellent, it really is, from Zhang. Presence of mind, she got across the front of the net so quickly.
7-10.
Almost like she knew exactly where she was going to hit it.
Yeah, she anticipated that. She knew that her lift was good, put Zhang Yifan under pressure, and then it's about taking control of the net. A smash would have been very risky for Zhang.
However, it's a 4-point lead at the mid-game interval.
11-7.
And the world number 1 pair on course to make tomorrow's final.
He's very alert, Chen Mahadu there. I think the players have, compared to a lot of other matches, been really quick in
11-7.
getting the rallies going after the previous one has finished. I wish all the other umpires were just as consistent.
One of the few rallies where Chen and Zheng have completely taken control of the point. It just always seems to be a response, doesn't there, from Chen and Jie?
12-8.
The weak backhand reply comes there from Zhang Yu. She could have hoped for an interception, but She's got some problems in the flat backhand and in the defense, a little bit odd grip.
Zhang. Service ball, too high. Service over.
Service fault from
9-12.
the service judge for serving too high.
It's interesting that in the upcoming tournaments of next year in January in Malaysia and India, the start of the new World Tour cycle, the third and fourth Chinese women's doubles combination have been mixed up. These two are playing, but the regular combinations of Du Yue and Li Wenmei and Liu Shunchen and Xie Yuqing, they've been mixed, so they're playing in scratch combinations. To me, that's a sign that China's trusting these two combinations, but trying their luck to see if they can find something better by switching combinations in the second and third pair ahead of the Olympic qualification that starts in late April.
Yeah, it's going to come around quick, well, isn't it? Paris Olympics, well under 2 years, about a year and a half.
Yeah, I think we're down to counting days instead of years.
Just the fact that Tokyo was delayed by a year, it's kind of rushing up towards us, isn't it, the next days?
Exactly.
Clever little shot that from Ji Fan.
10. Out the shuttle.
Been proactive at the net, Zhang
Service
Shushan.
over. 11-15. Play. Service ball, too high. Service over.
Distinctly
16,
definitive
11.
return. Starting to run out of wriggle room now, Zheng.
Yeah.
17-11.
I'll be very surprised if Zheng and Zhang will be able to come back now. In my opinion, require all that lapse of concentration from the world champions. I don't think it's going to happen.
18-11.
You wouldn't say that Chen and Ji have been phenomenal in this match. They've certainly been very professional, very efficient.
Yeah, but they've known exactly which buttons to push. They were alert in the first game, just the first rally where I mentioned there was a hurricane warning. they were ready from the goal. They knew that the service situation was important.
20, match
It's a
point,
beautiful shot.
11.
Touch of a surgeon to play that. 9 match points for the world #1 pair.
Big miss.
I think she was almost kind of ready to celebrate before she actually hit the shot.
Yeah, she was too far behind the shuttle. Didn't really get to her. And that's the big weakness of Zheng and Zhang. When Zheng Yu is made to play from below the tape, then they're in trouble.
Only going to delay the inevitable. That's a nice little shot at the net from Zhang, who's in parts really impressed, Zhang Shuxian.
20.
Well, it was called in, and it's going to be challenged.
Chen and Zhang celebrated a win there.
Yeah, and I was thinking, did I miss the out call? And I didn't. It was called in, but Hawkeye will check it. And of course, if it's not in, that'll be it. That's out by a country mile. So comprehensive enough. 21-13 in the second game, and a win wrapped up inside 40 minutes for the world #1 pair, who we will see tomorrow in the final. We've got the second women's double semi coming up momentarily, but just worth reflecting on a very professional display from Chen, and she never really looked in danger of going out at any stage. Started well and just didn't really allow Zhang and Zheng the chance to get back into it. They win 21-19, 21-13. 38 minutes is the official match time. I'm waving goodbye momentarily because we'll see them again tomorrow. But up next, the question is, who they're going to play in that women's doubles final. Yeah, they're going to get really engaged by the Imsard sisters, Benyapa and Nuntakhan. They're up against Jeong and Kim of Korea, and that's next. Well, a warm welcome back to Bangkok as we get set for our second match on semi-final day. It will be the second of the women's doubles semi-finals between the Imsad sisters, Benyapa and Nuntakan, taking on Jeong Na-yeon and Kim Hae-jeong of Korea. If you were with us yesterday, you'll have seen